Alright, this should be better now. Yeah, this should be a lot better now. Yeah, let me know if I can be heard, please. Alright, we're gonna give it a second. I'm gonna let the folks come back in. Shalom, shalom. How you doing? How you doing? How everybody doing? Hey, y'all can hear me though, huh? All is well? Say yes, say no. Signal good, ain't nobody choppy. Shalom, Cafe. What's happening, gang? Signal solid. Alright. So, as I was just explaining to y'all, right? If you understand the difference between the Social Security person, the estate, it's all well. You can holler at me. Shalom, nurse. All right, so if we understand, matter of fact, I just start all of this over. As a matter of fact, because some of y'all weren't here. All right, so we go back to this. All right, let me come over here. We go back to this. What is an infant? All right. If you can understand this, everything will be good for you. All right. The IRS states that an infant is the decedent of an estate. The word decedent means somebody who has died, somebody who is not alive. All right. Of an estate, or it's the grantor, owner, custodian, or trustor of a trust, guardianship, receivership, or custodianship. This is the key part that has yet to receive a social security number. All right. That's what you need to understand. We all be trying to figure out and understand what's the difference or what is the private and the public. All right. The dollar bill states, the Federal Reserve note states that this note is legal tender for all debts, private and public. All right. This is not a dollar bill. It doesn't say anywhere on here that it's a dollar bill. This is a $1 Federal Reserve note. Okay. Now, every time you, from the trust's perspective, when you issue out when you issue out these are called securities to the trust. A security is a financial asset. Okay. A financial asset can be leveraged for credit. Okay. Now, when you go and you got your lease to your place of stay, right? They ask you for a security deposit. A1 security deposit. And that security deposit needed to be of a certain value. Okay. Now, all of these words have to make sense to you in order for this game to make sense, or this world. All right. So, this is a security. This is a security. All right. This security is signed by the treasurer and his secretary. This security is promised, by the Federal Reserve Bank of California and also the United States Treasury. So, two guarantors that are ensuring the payment of this note, not bill, of this note. Okay? A note is a promise to pay. Okay? Not like in school, it's a different world. Not like in school, you passed notes that you just wrote things on. But just like in school, a promissory note is evidence of your promise to an indebtedness. Okay? So, like in school, you would write on this, like they did, they printed it, your promissory notes in the private. See, that's where the beginning of this conversation came in, helping you all understand the private and the public. On this note, it says this is legal tender. This is legal tender right here for all debts, private and public, right? Publicly, you call this a dollar bill. But what do you use this in? What is this called in the private? Does anybody know? Security? Yeah. On its face, what is this in the private? This instrument? A note. Absolutely. This is a note, and a note is a promise to pay. So, my question is, when you use this note, who is guaranteeing your promise to pay? Because you're giving these securities out. These notes out. They've been issued to you by this bank. Okay. They've given to you to secure payment. Now, who is the promisor of the debt that you incur? Absolutely, Cafe Treasury. We understand that. That makes sense. The U.S. government. And they have passed that responsibility down to the United States Treasury. Not Congress, Kim, the Treasury. Okay? The Treasury is the big fucking bank. That's Big Daddy. All right? If this was a chessboard, the Treasury is the king. Who signed it is, whose signatures on it is the rep. Absolutely. Now, back to this. The private side to you is the estate. Okay? The estate is the property. Okay? The property is the agriculture, the real property, the personal property, the residential property. Okay? Now, agriculture, your body. From the earth, you come. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. From the earth you come, to the earth you shall return. Okay? So, you is land, island. You are earth. It's clay. Okay? I call you an island because you are surrounded by the you're surrounded in commercial waters. Your estate is surrounded by commercial waters, or what we call currency. Okay? What we call currency. This is the reason the bank is called a bank, because in a river or in a current, the bank, the corner of the river, controls the flow of the current. See? It's like if the water was running straight, if there was a way to veer off, it'd be because of that bank. All right. Now, hey, if you wouldn't mind, share the live for me, please. It's 19 of y'all in here. Please share the live. Share the live. I'm gonna keep breaking this down for y'all. I want you to understand what's going on, because it's fairly clear. It's fairly evident what's going on. But if you don't understand the terminology, these things are gonna disarray you. All right. All right. So, and thank y'all for those of you who did. All right. So, the decedent of an estate. The estate is the property, or it's the grantor. Like this dollar bill has grantors. Okay. Owner, custodian, custody, or trustor, which is the administrator of the trust. Guardianship, receivership, or custodianship. These are appointments from the court. If you want guardianship, name change. Receivership, power of attorney. Custodianship, will or trust. That has yet to receive a social security number. All right, now this is where you have to understand. All right. Your estate is private. It does not, as you all thought and once believed, that the social security was identity. It identified you. So if it does, let's go with the story. Okay. When you were first born, you had no identity. You had no way to publicly socialize. So your mother and father applied for a social, public, security, trusted, protected number. That number is connected to a social security account. Okay? You are not an accountant. You are the accountant. Now, the problem, okay? Let's find the problem. Because estate and trust, it's private. It deals with natural things, or excuse me, it's the owner has to be, or some construction, natural or real. Okay? So these constructs of man, okay, these are also fictions. These are things that we create. These are vessels. Okay. The maxims of equity states that a trust, the infant's estate, shall not fail for lack of a trustee. All right. Now they assigned you the social security number when you were just a baby. So you didn't know how to manage a social security account. So therefore, the administration, the social security administration, the trustors of your estate, because your mother and father abandoned it. The apparent abandonment is them not claiming the estate, the infant, when they had the baby at the hospital. Okay. So the county, the state, they all looked at it like, oh, they don't want their property. So we know it's not ours. It's something that's been gifted to us. We're just holding on. And I'm gonna show you that this is what they said. That we're just holding on to it. We are going to probate it and assume guardianship, custodianship, and receivership over the infant. I mean, the estate. I mean, the infant. I mean, the estate. Until somebody comes forward. If nobody comes forward, we will retain ownership legally and hopefully equitably when their heirs die out. Because if their heirs die out, if there's nobody to claim their estate, then it's just free of claim. If nobody claims the property once it's placed in the newspaper, public notice that hey, this property is this is property. This has been left. This is that, and nobody says, hey, that's mine. That's my stuff. So you can get the affidavit of publication. Then that affidavit stands as proof. All right. So the private side to this is the estate. The private side to this is the estate being held in a trust. All right. Now, the infant gains a legal status when he gains a social security number, not a lawful status. This certifies his legal status. This is why you all thought and believe that you can go out in the public, that you were the social security number. social, public. This is your way to interact with other fictitious entities. Okay? What do I mean? Let's understand this. Where let's look cricket. Yeah. Artificial person. An artificial person is also known as a juridical, which means legal. It has a legal name and has certain rights, protections. Rights mean remedy. Protections, securities. Privileges, benefits. Responsibilities, duties. And liabilities, debts, and law. Similar to those of a natural person. Okay. In other words, an artificial person is a non human legal entity that is not a single natural person, but an organization recognized by law as a fictitious person. In the United States, an artificial person usually refers to any entities established under the law of the United States, any foreign country or state, province, territory, possession, all of that stuff. All right. Dependency must maintain a record showing the entity has been established specifically in a business sense. Artificial person in any form of the business association. That's not what I wanted. All right. Well, anyways, though, an artificial person is a non-human legal entity that is not alive, but the motherfucker exists. McDonald's the man and McDonald's the building are two different entities, right? Okay. Now let's see what a natural person is. All right. A natural person is a living human being. Legal systems can attach rights, remedies, and duties, uh, responsibilities to natural persons without their express consent. When you were a baby, you were assigned a social security number. You specifically, baby, did not apply for that. Your mother did, right? The concept of a natural person appears in business law and bankruptcy law, where it provides a contrast with an artificial person or a legal person, which is an entity that is treated as a person for legal purposes. While natural persons describe an actual human being, artificial persons describe, check it out, partnership, corporation, or some other entity that has been provided with legal personhood by statute. This is your social security person. The natural person is the living man or woman, and the infant is this artificial shit. And you gain personhood according to them. You gain personhood when you receive your social security number. Now you're a legal person in the public. To the IRS, you're official. Okay? Now, purpose in my course, if you all click on my page, and you click my link tree, Woe Part 3 is what I have coming up next. And it's teaching you about your trust and how to manage that trust as trustee, how to give them proper notice of your appointment, your true name. It's the things that you would need in order to fix what's going on. You know, it's granted there are little tricks that you can do to walk on water. There are little tricks that you can do to pay your bills or whatever the case is. But an estate entitlement should be the fullness. All right. In just a second. It states, we were just reading this. All right. Now, everybody's a trust fund baby. Every single one of us. We're all trust fund babies. It's just that you don't manage the trust fund. All right. Now, I said I was going to prove that actually. Okay. In 1939, amendments were made amendments, modified changes. Shalom, beloved. To the reserve account, modifying the existing arrangement. More to I don't know what this is. I can't see. Then to modify it. Those changes were amended by the Social Security Advisory Council, which had proposed that the reserve account be made more specifically a trust fund with designated trustees acting on behalf of the prospective beneficiaries of the program. You are the one who received the benefits from the Social Security number. You are its beneficiary. If you don't understand anything about trust or even think there is a trust, if you don't think the Social Security is a trust, then that should be your first clue that it all actually is. You receive the benefits, which makes you the beneficiary. All right. Uh, dedicated exclusively, of the program. The trust fund should be dedicated exclusively to the payment of the benefits. I am right here of the program. Well, here now. Provided under the program and in limited part to the costs necessary to the administration of the program. This is a statement provided by the Social Security Administration, and they also have a non-disclosure agreement about the following things that they have written out. Following those recommendations, Congress converted the old age reserve account into the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund and established a board of trustees whose primary task was to hold the trust fund. All right. Now, if you have a Social Security account, beloved, we have to understand that just like when you go open up a bank, and I'm going to show you why you should treat this like a bank. Just like when you open up a bank account, you have to make a deposit. A deposit, by definition, is a pledge. Okay. Now, this is a trust. So these are securities. This is entirely different than just going in. I'm reading from the Social Security Administration. I just typed in the word trust uh, in their search bar. But and what did I say? Yeah, and then as you can see, as you can see, the Social Security ended up by via power of appointment. They ended up creating a board of trustees because they are only administering the account. They're not the investment. They're just holding on to the funds. All right. And they report on it annually. The amendments clarified that administrative costs as well as benefits were to be paid out of the reserves. All right. You have a reserve account. All right. That arrangement continues today with very little change other than the addition in 1957 of the Disability Insurance Trust Fund with the same trustees and investment rules as the OASI fund. Although the OASI and DI funds are maintained separately, they are managed under parallel procedures. So let's see those parallel procedures. All right. The Social Security provides that the funds are maintained on the books of the Treasury. The Treasury manages the Social Security accounts in much the same way that a bank manages a checking account. Now, you can get Treasury bonds, you can get Treasury bills, you can get Treasury notes, you can secure them according to USC Title 12, which is the banking of the US Code. Title 12 is banking, 11 is bankruptcy. All right. Hey, if y'all don't mind, share the live. Please share the live. I'm trying to, what I'm saying, give them a little following up and whatnot. And I'm giving y'all some vital information. I promise you, I'm hidden right now. So it's 21 of y'all. It's only 11 shares. Share that motherfucker. It ain't nothing to just boop boop. Real quick for me, and I'm gonna keep going. Share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Not like it. Share it. Share the live. Share the live. Shalom. Shalom. Eli, what's good? The mic is open. Did you mean to come up?
Yeah, man, how's it going?
What's good with you? What you got for me?
Shit, man, just listening to you, man. You trying to get some game.
Does it make sense?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All
Sure
right.
does.
I'm gonna put you back on the floor. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good. It's
I'm
good.
gonna
It's
keep
good.
going. All right. Shalom. All right. But yeah. I appreciate y'all for sharing a lot. All right. So, yeah, so by power of appointment, all right, because you had your mother and father, they didn't understand that they were creating a trust when they went and applied for the Social Security account. They didn't understand that the natural person was being assigned responsibilities or trusteeship duties over the account. You didn't understand, like in school, it kind of should have made sense. But in school, when you had to do an assignment, when the teacher gave you an assignment, the teacher was the ruler, the governor, the judge, all right, the president, the king in that world, in that instant, all right. But if you look at the whole instance of the school setup, hold on, just a second. All right, okay, okay, all right. So, thank you, Alfie. All right. Um, somebody help me out. Where I was just going, man. Um, yeah. Okay, so in order for there to be a trust, the trust had to be. I mean, in order for there to be an estate, the estate has to be secured. In order for there to be a trust, there needs to be something that the trust is protecting. Trust holds property, assets. Okay, the asset, the estate, the property is the infant. So your unbeknownst to your mother and father, them they went and opened up a whole trust and estate for you when they went to that hospital. Now the problem came where it's considered they assumed and presumed that the estate was abandoned. That not even just that you're dead, but lost at sea. Now, if you go to the movie, uh, what's that movie with the Castaway? If you go look at the movie Castaway, he was lost at sea for over a period of 7 years, and they legally, not lawfully, legally pronounced him dead. Now, because they didn't know time of death, location, neither did they have any evidence of the such, they could only hold on to his estate, and therefore there had to be a custodianship, guardianship, receivership over said things. If he had a spouse, which I think he did, there's a survivorship, right? So he ends up coming back to life, coming back to sea. That's what that movie is about. You all have to come back from sea. You have to rebut the assumption and presumption that not only are you back on the land, but that you can also manage not only the administration of the account, but also the investments, the securities, what you all are trying to use or get, the credits. Okay. Now it says, uh, accurate accounts are kept of the cash deposits and the occurring interest. Cash plus interest withdrawals are allowed whenever needed. Whenever needed. And in the meantime, while you're not using your credits or your funds, the bank can put the cash to other uses. You said, do you need to make your own trust? I would agree so. Because you don't own the social security number. That trust was not created by you, it was created for you. So you have to, according to the Sesta Act of 1666, once you rebut the assumption and presumption of being lost at sea or dead, and you prove life, the existence of the Sesta trust has to cease to exist. However, like the Bible says, my cup overfloweth. The cup is securing the liquid. So that means you need your own cup when you destroy the cup that they created. The cup is holding the estate, the property. The liquid is the property, the assets. Okay. If you want your cup to overflow, you need your own trust that you can liquidate the estate into. Does that make sense? That's why my trust class is coming up. So y'all can go ahead and so you can fully take over your shit properly. You did. So you can literally liquidate the things that you need to leverage credit. So you can operate as the true trustee over the estate. And a living trust, can you say per TikTok purposes where you're reading from, or do I have to pay to get? No, no, I'm serious. It's down here at the bottom, bro. This is, I don't know if y'all can see that though. The Social Security Administration. I told you I went on their website. In the search bar on their website, I typed trust or trust fund or something like that. But bruh, this came from the Social Security. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can say. I don't even remember the link personally. However, I screenshotted and did my thing. You did. But this came from Social Security, SSA.gov. It's like down here at the bottom. SSA.gov. And then, you know what I'm saying? Search bar, trust fund, or just type in old age survivors insurance account. Or something like that. I don't know. Keywords. You'll find it. You'll figure it out. All right. Thus, the Treasury uses procedures that fully and accurately account for the cash from trust fund tax income deposited with the Treasury and the interest that accrues on those deposits. Now, IRS wise, Treasury, IRS guys, all right? Now, the Department of Treasury, absolutely. The Department of Treasury, and thank you, Trillion. The Department of Treasury, the Department of the Internal Revenue Department, um, what else? The Department of the Inspector General. All of these departments are a part of a bigger building. Okay. There are 12 Federal Reserve Banks, and there used to be 13. There are 12 disciples, and there used to be 13. Okay. There is, but not in the public. Okay. Just because the Christ died physically does not mean he's no longer in existence. Same for you. When you die, does not mean you're no longer in existence, because energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's only transferred. The very existence of your life is in trust. You've been entrusted to the body. The body secures the energy. The body the energy is governed by the mind, which is the soul. This is what gets judged, because this is where you rationalize your choices and decisions. Okay? Your mind is connected to, your brain is connected to your spine. Okay? The spine is the sperm is the spirit. Okay? You entrusted your sperm to a woman. Okay? She's your depository. You, man, are the depositor. You've entrusted your sperm to this, you've invested in this depository with the expectations of a return in 9 to 10 months. That return is the baby. So she has converted your sperm into something greater. Okay? The two go hand in hand. They need each other, yin and yang. You can't have life without man and woman. However, there is a order of operations. There's a order to life. And the more I understand trust law, the more I understand estate law, the more I understand property, value, protection, provision, security, the more I understand where we're failing at as a people. All right. So it says, thus, the Treasury uses procedures that fully and accurately account for the cash from the trust fund tax income deposited with the Treasury and the interest that occurs on those deposits. Oh, that's why I stopped. So at the IRS, all right, that's why. Okay. So the 13th Federal Reserve Bank is the Bureau of Public Debt, which used to be called the Bureau of Fiscal. No, it's actually the Bureau of Fiscal Services, which used to be called the Bureau of Public Debt. All right. Now, that's the reason presentments, money, everything goes into that building. because Christ was the 13th disciple who died and forgave all of the debt. I'll ask you all a very, very simple question. The obligations of the United States debt, the obligations of the public debt is upon who? Is it upon the people or is it upon the United States? Whoa. How did I do that? Effects. We're going to find a new picture. We're going to go to class. And then we're going to go to, where is it? Fuck. All right, hold on. I'm going to get that for y'all. All right. Everybody say US, 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 US. I'm fucking with y'all. Y'all heavy. All right. For relying truth. You said legislator, the government appointed this duty and authority to the United States Treasury. All right. So everybody that did say United States, he's saying the same thing. Y'all saying the same thing. The United States appointed it to the Treasury more specifically. So all of you are correct. However, remember there's an order of operations. Big dog, and then he starts granting powers to people. On a chessboard, the king is the most important person. He has the most authority, and he starts granting powers to everybody else. Pawn, you can move 2 times your first time and 1 time after that. You can only take people diagonally that are coming across from you, or you can keep forward. Knight, you can only move in the L. The person that you land on is who you take. It's not who you jump. It's not the people that you jump over. Queen, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do on the board. You got God-like reflection on this board. All right. Rook, you can only go straight as far as many spaces as you want, left or right. And then we got this here rook. No, the rook, you can go diagonal. I'm sorry. And castle, left or right, whoop, whoop. All right. So that's all by direction of the king. All right. It don't matter who die on that board. If the king dies, game is over. The board is his vision. Everybody on that board supports his vision. They'll even sacrifice themselves to support that vision. All right. So it says the term obligation or other security of the United States includes all bonds, certificates of indebtedness, natural bank currency, Federal Reserve notes, Federal Reserve bank notes, coupons, United States notes, Treasury notes, gold certificates, silver certificates, fractional notes, certificates of deposit, bills, checks, or drafts for money drawn by or upon authorized officers of the United States, the Secretary, stamps, and other representatives of value of whatever denomination issued under any act of Congress and canceled United States stamps. Okay? They got a system, y'all. They got a system in the game of Monopoly. You don't come with your own money. You use the money that they give you. You understand? Hey, can y'all hear me from this far? You use the money that they give you. You did? You use the money that they give you. All right? In the game in the game of Monopoly, they start you off with credit, beloved. Understand? You just don't know how to go into the reserve, Rich Uncle Penny Banks, and get your credit. You don't know how to trade in the dollar bills for the credit. Like it states in USC Title 12-411, your Federal Reserve notes can be redeemed at any Federal Reserve bank. That should confuse you. You mean I can take this to the bank and y'all gonna give me something else. What y'all gonna give me in exchange for this? You gonna give me gold and silver? Because this can be redeemed in lawful money. Lawful money is the circulation of currency. There we go, Nurse Kim. Good shit. So the lawful money is credit, a check that can be redeemed, negotiated in good faith. They give you a bond. You can tell them, hey, I want y'all to actually put my money in y'all investment notes as a treasury note. I don't want y'all to give me nothing tangible. I want you to keep it EFT, electronic funds transfer. That's how I want you to do everything for me. I want you to wire my money to my bank account. I don't want you to give me nothing. I'll get it when you give it to me. Because I don't want to go somewhere with an extreme instrument that has an extreme value and somebody steals that from me. And then I got to go through a court case and bring these charges. No. I don't even want these. I actually want y'all to stop making these so we can bring inflation down. So I understand in order for me to bring inflation down, you guys, I got to know how to use my credit. And if I know how to use my credit, they won't have to pay. They won't have to create these anymore. We can literally bring this to a free society if the people in the society understood how to use the money that circulates in it. Money is any medium of exchange. This is one form of currency. You understand? If we understood how, as not only the beneficiaries, everybody crying like babies, I'm the beneficiary, it's mine, the entitlement. No sweat, but you got a responsibility on top of rights. You not only have rights, which are your remedies, your benefits and privileges, but you have responsibilities as well. If you handle your responsibilities, you'll reap the rewards. Yay and nay. Am I making sense to y'all, man? This is the point in my trust class. I'm sorry, my trust course is for 4 weeks, you guys. All right. It's for 4 weeks. Now, this weekend, I'm going to give y'all a choice. If y'all need another week, so what's the infinite banking strategy you process being used to cover the maintenance of the credit? Your credit is the infinite bank, beloved. Understanding how to use credit, this is collateral on behalf of what you're applying for. When you understand how to use your securities, this is a security to the trust. This note says it's legal tender for all debts, private on the estate side and public out there in the public. You use this in exchange to get goods and services. But do you know how to tender this for credit? Do you know how much this is worth in credit? Do you know how much this is worth in gold or silver? Do you know how much this is worth in another tender or currency? Do you know how to, like, okay, when you sign a contract, you end up putting your social security number on that contract. You're pledging the social security, you're pledging this document to the social security account because now the social security person owes. The social security person has a liability now. Okay? Now, what you're supposed to understand, creditor, is that this instrument not only creates a debt, but it also created a credit. And as the creditor, you want to use your security interest to offset the principal balance. You want to use the proceeds from your application to offset the principal balance. In order to do this, you got to stroke every curve right, though. Meaning your status, your identity, your documentations to prove to such the relationship because don't nobody know you. You could be lying. That's the reason I'm showing y'all these definitions because the more my mouth move, I could be telling you so many lies. 2 + 2 = 4. Did I say TOO plus TO? Did I say FOUR, FORE, FOR? But if you got it in writing, this is why you want everything in writing. That doesn't that that clears up the room for ambiguity. And if you understand proper grammar and syntax, then you can make sure that ain't nobody trying to fuck you over in a contract. And I'm gonna put that into perspective for you all. Okay. I killed a mouse in my pajamas. I've done this exercise before, so I'll just get straight to it. There's ambiguity in that statement. All right. You don't know if the mouse was in my pajamas when I killed it or if I was in my pajamas when I killed it. However, in school, they taught us never to start a sentence with a prepositional phrase. It's like in school, they were teaching us how not to act properly. Because if I start the sentence out with the prepositional phrase, I make the sentence an actual fact. Okay? The prepositional phrase in I killed a mouse in my pajamas is in my pajamas. By in my pajamas, I separate the mouse and myself. In my pajamas, I killed a mouse. It's the same words, the same sentence, it's just restructured. I killed a mouse in my pajamas. In my pajamas, I killed a mouse. This is why we say for the record. For the record, for is a preposition. In is a preposition. You start the sentence out with a fact and end it with a fact. When you understand that documents are 4 quarters, okay? 4 quarters, 4 corners. It's a box. It's a table. That's why you have a table of contents. The contents are what you're going to eat on the table. This is where you come to a meeting of the minds and you agree with the offerings on the table. When you understand contracting in this fashion, it should help you understand how you should be going into the institutions and applying for things. You need to start taking control of the account from the beginning, not after the fact. From the beginning, you need to come in with your proper plans of how you want the Social Security person's account to be maintained. Instead of them having power of attorney, might as well give them power of appointment as fiduciary. So therefore, they can go ahead and do the proper GAAP over the account. Therefore, at the end of the day, the account is always zeroed back out because they're using the interest payments. They're using the interest that the account creates. Instead of going out there and trading on your shit, and trading with your shit, you're telling them that, hey, use my shit to settle and offset my shit. When you applied for that account, you pledged your Social Security. That was your collateral to that application. You secured the account from the beginning. I'm going to show you something, y'all. Shut is live, folks. I'm fucking with y'all. Y'all got to fuck with me now. All right, hold on. All right. So this is what a lot of folk don't understand. You think that Social Security number is your identity. Social Security number is not your identity. The Social Security number is an account. And it's going to, when you go apply for some shit, it's gonna it's gonna prove the risks that you will create If you want your credit score to go up, the credit report got to be cleaned up. You can't say you are a creditor and you have evidence of debt. You're operating backwards, beloved. The way they understand this game is the way they hope you either don't or do. If you do understand, you work out a trade agreement with them, everybody eat. If you don't, you abandon securities, they eat still. Credit score means a numerical value or a characterization derived from a statistical tool or modeling system used by a person. Businesses use these. Who makes or arranges a loan to predict the likelihood of certain credit behaviors, including default, and the numerical value of the categorization derived from such analysis may also be referred to as a risk predictor or a risk score. All right? You understand, gang? I'm trying to make real simple shit make real simple sense. You understand? Shalom, shalom, beloved. But I'm trying to make this make sense to you, guys. You dig? You are the creditor. Credit is the right granted by a creditor. All right? Defaming your character without that negativity, absolutely. But the business person needs to say that. The living person needs to say that. Needs to tell the credit bureaus, hey man, what are y'all doing? Get that shit off that report, man. Y'all ain't supposed to be reporting late payments. Y'all ain't supposed to be reporting collections. Y'all ain't supposed to be reporting none of that. Get that shit off of there. But you need the proper person needs to say that for that person. I pray y'all understand this, gang. I'm trying to help y'all. And as I say, the Most High has blessed me with the ability to paint a picture. He said the contract is the extension of credit, according to 12. Of course, you pledged your Social Security person to the debt. You secured the payment the day you signed the application. It's just you endorsed this application wrong, which gave them the right to choose if they wanted to take on the risk. But if you naturally endorse the instrument properly, if you assign the security interest properly, I mean, let's just look at it. Watch this. This what the female, the call that I had on the phone. This what that was about. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on, real quick, y'all. Anyway. Hold on. Just hold your horses. And then watch it. I'm gonna do this for y'all too, cause I know y'all don't be paying attention. Watch this. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna do that one, and yeah. What I just gonna do for y'all? Oh, I'm All right, my bad. Whew. All right. What do you mean by signed it properly? Let me show you. I mean, I'm not here to give you all the answers, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You got to dig into this, bro. I promise you. I'm leading you to the water. You asking me to put it in your mouth now. You understand, big dog? I'm telling you, Title 12 is banking. You're gonna understand endorsements, qualified, restrictive, blank, qualified, restrictive, and blank. You whatever. You're gonna understand endorsement. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just talking to this shit. Title 12 is banking. Title 11 is bankruptcy. Title 15 is consumer law. Don't ask me where to go within that. You need to go up in that like I went in that, and I have the ability now to tell you and show you all. All right, we did it in the laundry, give instructions upon sick righteous. Good shit, nurse. Trust and or trustee communicates to the credit bureau. He should. You need to get that credit report cleared up. But look though, these are things that we don't be paying attention to in the contract. They tell you that the car, the vehicle, is the only thing that's collateral. Okay, collateral by definition. I mean, a security interest by definition is that of the collateral. Okay, so it says security interest. You give us security interest in not only the vehicle. It says the vehicle and all parts and goods. Excuse me, put in it all money or goods received, which are proceeds for the vehicle. That's what you're supposed to told them when you went up there with your busybody self to go get a vehicle. You need to call the manager first. Hey, I want to talk to you. I'm not coming in as a customer. I'm coming in as a consumer operating under a trust to possess some. I mean, excuse me, to purchase some vehicles for my beneficiaries. However, I have a way that I need this to go if you're willing to go about the transaction as well. You're going to get paid still. It's all lawful and legal, stuff. I have the documents you'll need to ensure the trust, the powers of authority to assign and so on and so on. You dig? Shalom, Kenfo. So, hey, if you're new to the chat, man, share the link for me. I mean, share the live for me one time. I appreciate you all who have done so. All right. However, you need to. I would like to assign the security interest, the proceeds from this sale to whoever, to your bank or whoever this is, so we can offset the principal obligation. If you don't understand any of that, I have a letter of instructions that I would like you to attach with the application that you're gonna send off. Because what you naturally do is give them power of authority to go sell your note for you. No, when I sign this motherfucker, it's yours. So I'm giving you the authority as I'm also giving you proof of sale to go sell this bitch yourself. I'm just showing the bank with this letter of instructions that it's been assigned over to you to go do the such. That's what all of this shit about, gang. That's what all of this shit about, man. If you learn how to play with this money properly, and money is any medium of exchange, them bitches will take your security interest. That's collateral to them. Look what it say. Let me get out the way. Oh, it say this secures payment of all you owe on this contract. It also secures your other agreements in this contract. You just never accepted the assignment. Excuse me. You never associated this with the assignment. You never claimed this. You never stood on this. You ain't told them this. Watch this. I'll show you another. Look at what they telling you is the security interest. I can't read this. It's too small. But it's not just the vehicle you giving security interest in. You giving them a security interest in the whole goddamn contract because you don't understand that the contract is a negotiable instrument. You don't understand that that contract has collateral attached to it. Because you don't understand it has collateral attached to it, you only see the face value. You see it's worth 50,000. The collateral is attached to it in the same value, so it's really worth 100. You were supposed to use the value, the proceeds from the collateral to offset the 50 you just asked for. That's what proves to the bank that you're good business. When you ain't got no debt on your credit, that on your credit report, that means you know how to use your securities to offset the principal obligation. You dig what I'm saying? I rest my case. Am I making sense to y'all, man? How long I been on this live? I think this is a good one right here. An hour. I'm gonna let this one go, y'all. I'm gonna let this one go. I like this. I'm gonna let y'all sit on that. As I said, if you're trying to get into my trust class that's coming up on the 8th, click the link tree on my TikTok, and you should be able to. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, click the link tree on my TikTok, and you should be able to get to Whoa Part 3. All right. No sweat. No sweat, you all. All right. Get in that class, y'all. Seriously. To help you get in tune with yourself. Not only take over the estate, but now operate as trustee. You did already and never received an invoice. No, okay, so what you do is you sign up. When you sign up, you make your payment. You won't receive an invoice, beloved. You're just gonna sign up. I'm gonna receive the notice that you submitted the application, so I know who to give the links to when I send out the email the day before. So if you are looking to get into the class, you would just sign up. Make sure you make your payment if you're trying to do this, if you're trying to catch the early bird. All right. Make sure you make your payment before the early bird ends. And for those who have made payments, you'll get the link to the private telegram as well as the first Zoom call 24 hours before the class begins at 6:30 Eastern. Yeah, I'm Eastern now. 6:30 Eastern. So I believe that's like 5:30 Central. But as I said, once we get in the class together, we will discuss proper time and schedule for the group if you all need the such, you know. But if not, we'll continue with the regular schedule. So can I tender payment or present you with a negotiable instrument? I don't trust you know how. And you can tender payment via credits, via the apps that I have that I've associated with that link. Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. I don't trust you know how to do anything you're talking about. Tender me a payment. I don't trust I'll be able to go negotiate it in good faith. Neither do I trust that I'll be able to report it to the IRS and receive what I was actually due. But what I know I can is if you submit that application and you make your payment, we both can use the receipt and the application to get our money back. And I get more. But yeah. That's how you can secure yourself. If you understand how to file your taxes, you're an investor, tax return, you put money in one place to get something greater in return. Don't come and try to quote unquote learn the law and don't know the law. Now once you learn how to do the negotiable instruments, which I got a class, once you learn how to do negotiable instruments and all that game, I ain't got no problem at all accepting it. When I charge y'all over $600, I ain't got no problem accepting 1099. That's proof of funds. You understand? Just send that motherfucker to me so I can do what I need to do at the bank. But I ain't charging y'all over $600. Dig. So stay in, keep it together. Keep it together. If you ain't got it, maybe next time, you know. But don't try to manipulate me at all. All right. But with that, y'all, I'm finna go. I appreciate y'all giving me the time to help y'all explain. I mean, to help y'all understand what I've explained. Um, I'll probably see y'all later this evening, if not throughout the weekend. But I'll definitely come up with an evaluation if if I will extend the opening date of the class another week. But I kind of got a schedule so I don't necessarily get too far past the first quarter of tax season, so I can still do my tax course during the first quarter. So you technically, you know what I'm saying, you won't miss that by April type shit. I mean March, well March April, but March 31st quarter ends. But the report, yeah, our reports have to be in by the 31st. All right. But anyways, though, yeah. So, if you anticipate taking the class, make sure you sign up. You have to make payment. Just signing up is not it. Make sure you make the payment. Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. And I'll see you all soon. I appreciate you all. Shalom.